this on.
Now that we've talked about composting, what do we do with the compost, Nancy?
Well, you could certainly use it in a raised bed garden, which is an old form of gardening that was practiced before colonial times, and it's revived in popularity in the past few years. You would add 1/3 of organic matter to approximately 1/3 native soil and some sand for good drainage.
For people who have never made a raised bed, is it difficult, Nancy?
No, Pamela, it's so simple. It doesn't even need to have a frame. It can be as simple as a mound or a berm in your yard, or you can enclose it, if you'd like, with a variety of materials such as concrete blocks, cedar siding, or any wood that's not been treated with chemicals. Although pressure-treated wood is very valuable for framing a raised bed.
And I know one of the master gardeners that I know even has the horse troughs, the watering troughs, as raised beds in her garden. And they're great because they come up about this high, and so you don't even have to bend down and get dirty.
That's the perfect advantage for raised beds, especially for little kids and for older people who may have mobility problems, because once you create the bed, it's at eye level for the children, and the adult can just sit by the side of it and work it in that fashion. And the organic matter that you can add to a raised bed is really incredible. And you can start the garden earlier because the soil warms up, and you can keep it going longer because it stays warm. So there are so many advantages for raised beds.
And also, the raised bed has an advantage that you're controlling the soil.
Yes.
And so if you've got sandy soil or if you've got glacial till, as hard as a rock, your bed is made with the soil that you put in it and the compost you put in it. And so it's really friable and easy to work, and it's easy to pull weeds.
Exactly. And you don't need to till your garden. You can just manually work it. And of course, as with any garden, you know that you have to come in and refurbish with fresh mulch. And mulch is a very vital element for keeping the moisture content in as well. But yes, the garden, the soil content can be controlled very nicely by a raised bed situation. So there are so many advantages, I think.
And it's also easier to set up watering systems because you can attach it to the side of the bed. Trellises can be attached to the side of the bed or can be freestanding.
Exactly, and you can put cages for tomatoes or for beans if you'd like in your garden. It can be a beautiful garden. You can do annuals and perennials and herbs and vegetables, and mix them all just as you would in a conventional gardening space. And also, if you've ever grown anything in a pot, just think of a raised bed as a larger pot. It's very simple. You can put a vertical element in there, and then you can put drapers and spillers to make it gorgeous. I mean, raised beds are very nice to have. They can be really nice because you can amend the soil in a fashion that allows it to be worked a lot earlier in the season too. So you can get out there and start those summer veggies. Not quite yet though.